give you our little shop update. So this, the old 49 Ford pickup's got its new flatty in there. There's the old one right there. Pulled out with the old 3-speed on it. It's got a hopped up little flathead with headers and dual exhaust happening there with a Chilliwack 5-speed. That's looking good. Now when you put these in here, you have to cut this main cross member, and of course you got your master cylinder up there. So Mike has boxed it in here, and it's still really solid, but then what he'll do is he's going to make a plate that's going to bolt on here, and he's going to weld an ear on here and bolt to this, your tranny cross member. So it'll have 2 plates, 1 plate on either side, which will strengthen that up. So that'll be good. And of course I got to go pick up the drive shaft in the morning in Abbey. I got Abbey Spring to make all my drive shafts. We had to shorten the drive shaft and obviously put a new yoke on this end. And then at the same time I can pick up the drive shaft for this truck because it had to have a shorter drive shaft made too, using the Buick engine of the 700R tranny. And got the fender on there, doors on there. Mike's got all the front, all the coolers, oil cooler, tranny cooler, all that stuff, AC stuff in there, everything going in there. I'm going to be putting, hopefully if not tomorrow, the next day, putting the fender on this side, getting the hood hinges on it, all that kind of stuff. It's starting to come together now. I'm going to be assembling the box. Sean's got the box over in the booth there. I'll show it to you in a minute. And he's painted all the edges. We paint the edges in behind where you can't get to and it's bolted together, so I'm going to assemble that. Get that done, and then, and yeah, of course, there's my gasser project still sitting here waiting for you guys on Sunday. There's my flathead. I have several flatheads. And then come over here, you got to see something. So I'm working on this 79 Ford pickup. I don't know, somebody up above must not like me because I've never seen anything so ridiculous in my life. So it's completely rotted out here. I've just been cutting it away and cutting it away. Even the back of the cab's rotten. And this is a young guy that's on a real tight budget. Hasn't got a lot of money. But at the end, when I say I work with people on a budget, I still charge the same hourly rate. I just try, and if there's somewhere where I can kind of cut a corner or not do it 100% proper, I will. You know, to try and help them out. But you can't buy floor pans for the back of this truck. You can only buy them for the forward part. Okay? The back ones you can buy for the 80s, which is a different cab style. They will not work. You can't buy it for here. So I got to make all this. So anyway, I've ordered these floor pans up. But you see how the floor recesses down in? Anyway, I posted pictures of this a while back on Instagram. That's the floor somebody had already cut out. I didn't cut that out. Somebody cut out a rusty floor. Then what they did was over there, I'm going to show you. They went ahead with huge thick plate. Huge thick plate. And look at this. They just made a big hump up and went right over. Like, look at that, goes up. Where it's supposed to dip down. It went right over the floor with thick, huge, massive plate. Look at, then they welded these things on. What is this, like 8-inch thick steel? It looks like with an arc welder to bolt the seat right there. So that's what's going on here. And here's how thick this, look at this metal, how thick it is. You know, like vehicles on only 18 gauge. That's like 16 or 14. Listen to that thing when it lands on the ground. So I'm trying to cut all this out, and I don't want to just take the hot wrench to it and cut it, because I'm trying to save what I can for now till the floor pans come so I can fit them in there properly. So as much as that's all going to get cut out there, if we come around the other side again, that's all going to get cut out over here. As much as this is all going to get cut out here, because the new floor pan goes up in the toe board and comes along here and comes all the way down into here, I don't want to cut that out yet until I get the floor pan. And then I got to make all this stuff here. Got to make all that. So it's just ridiculous. And then Ford themselves in this flooring, this is 3 layers of metal, whether you believe it or not. So there's a piece of metal. This is a big brace. There's a piece of metal over that, okay, that comes down and then goes down this way, here where this lip is. Then they bring up another piece and go over it again. No wonder these trucks all rotted out. I don't, anyway, I can't even show you, but I tell you, this thing is just, oh, it's a nightmare. But I'm doing my best, trying my best to help this young guy out the best I can. Like I say, either way, it'll be what it'll be. I'll get the new floors in. That'll look nice, factory. And then back here, like I say, I'm gonna, put a new support brace across there, clean up some of this shit, paint it with lots of rust mort, and then put just a straight flat piece of metal over top of it. Get the original seat bolt holes back in place where they belong, and away we go. And not only that, look at this here. This has got to be almost a ½ inch thick. What is going on here? What was somebody doing here? Look at this shit. What is this? It's like, I don't, look at that. Crazy, eh? So, that's what I'm working on today on this Tuesday. And then, like I say, tomorrow I'll be back on this Wednesday because I want to get all the old, I want to get all the old rusty metal and the shitty floor that someone put over top. I want to get all that out of there. So we're just left with a big empty fucking hole, except for what I'm saving. I'm trying to save some of this area to save him money. So, anyway, I want to get that done tomorrow. I want to get the box I want to get the, Jesus, the door could use some oil too. I want to get the box, the step-side box for the four-wheel drive you see in there. I want to get that bolted together. Not the fenders, just the box, which honestly shouldn't take more than a ½ hour to an hour. That's all that should take. It's just a front panel and a rear panel, so I want to get that done. And then once I get that done, I think that's probably going to eat up most of the day doing all that shit there. But if it don't, then I want to start to get the fender on this truck. I want to get the fender on here, and have that taken care of. So that is the plan for my Wednesday. And here we are on Tuesday, just plugging along. So anyway, I think we'll stop this video for right now, and we'll continue it tomorrow. We'll see how far we get. Instead of just saying see you later, that's it at old time, we'll continue this video tomorrow, and we'll see what's going on. Right now, I'm going to go over to the paint booth and check out the 07 Chevy pickup ripper painting. And if you pay attention, I might post some pictures of it. I might not. I don't know. We're kind of painting that truck in stages. It's such a big truck that we're kind of doing the roof and the box, and then we're going to do the cab another day. So the roof has been done, and now the box is all done. We're kind of doing it that way, just because it's so big. Yeah, it just may not make sense to you, but it's just a big vehicle. And my painter, he has a job during the day. He was a painter for 30 some odd years, and then he decided to get out of it, but he likes doing it as a side thing. So he works for me strictly at nighttime. When I need him, I call him. But that's the thing, he goes there at nighttime, and he has a day job. So could you paint the truck all in a day? You could if you were there for the day, but he gets there like at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and he don't want to stay there at 2, 3 in the morning painting this huge truck. So we take it over a couple of days painting it, which, hey, easier on him, and gonna get a little better paint job because he can just take his time a little bit more. So go over there and check that out and see what's going on, and then we'll continue this video tomorrow. Okay, guys, see you in a bit.
Yeah, if it was out, then I can use the booth. That's the only thing. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I'll, yeah, I might get it out today here. So you're wondering why it's masked like this. We painted the box and the roof one night, then we did the cab and the hood the other night, because there's so much, this truck's so big, it would be too much to try and do in one night. Looks black, but it's actually a very dark blue. So now we unmask it, just like opening a Christmas present, and we get it the hell out of here and get it home. Okay, we're back home from looking at the painted 07, and we've got that little Ford pickup with the flatty all in it. Guess I'll put some fluids in it. Battery's dead, so I've got to charge up a battery. I don't know. I think that's about it. It's all in there, ready to rock and roll. This truck here, so you can see I got the fenders all on it now. So that's coming along. Excellent, excellent. And then we're continuing this video on. If you remember, I had left you guys there. Set the camera down, and now we're back again. So and then we'll take a look over here. We've got this truck here. Finished cutting it all away. Wow, I shouldn't say I haven't cut it all away. That's a lie. I've cut away all the stuff that somebody welded over top of the rust. And there's what I'm left with. Look at it. Back of the cab's gone. Braces, floor, everything. This is floor that I'll be cutting out. Got to fix the supports down there on either side. So I've ordered the floor pans for the front, the supports I can fix. So I know I'm good from here up. It's all this you cannot buy, and I still got to cut more away that I got to fix and repair. But I stopped there for now, just to keep the cab somewhat structurally sound. So that's what we've done there. And Sean's got the 72 all stripped down. Oh, and body work. There we go. Inside only. I'm not worried about the outside yet. Perfect. Looking good. Looking good. All right.
I think it's done.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just cleaning it, right? So,
Yeah.
looking that.
All right. And then the box for the 4x4, that's all together.
Good.
Yeah, we'll carry that out of here in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Just me and you tomorrow?
Just you and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're really getting up done
The
now.
dream team. All right, I'll leave you to it. It's me and Sean tomorrow. Oh, I'm loaded up there. It's Friday tomorrow, so I'm loaded up to go to the dump. Go to the dump every second Friday. So we throw the garbage over here, and away we go. So over here we've got, this is a 65 Chevy pickup. If you guys remember, we worked on this truck a long time ago. We did all the rolling chassis for it, and then we did the body. I welded every panel in the body. You got to remember this one. Go back and you'll find it. Anyway, he's brought it back now, and now we're going to fit all the front end, figure it all out, probably paint the interior, paint the firewall, paint the jams, and then get the truck all bolted together in this section, and then he's going to take it back home again. He's just doing it a little bit at a time. You remember we put all the new suspension in it, everything. So, yeah. He's got some sort of different seat here. It's kind of a nice seat. Seat belts are molded into it and flips down. Don't know what that's out of. Yeah. Makes me want to get my 65 back on the road, which is sitting right there. There it is. My dad bought that in 1972. It's been in the family ever since. Last time I drove it was probably 20 some odd years ago. I completely did a frame off restoration on that truck. I had it painted the seafoam green with the white, and that truck is fully optioned. That truck has got everything except for power steering and air conditioning. It's got the tack, it's got the big window, it's got every piece of chrome, 283, automatic, posi rear end, you name it, it's got it. And he gave it to me when I turned 18 actually, and then I took it all apart. I took it all apart and redid it and painted it seafoam green and white, and then and I showed it for quite a while. I had it appraised. That's a long time ago. I think it was appraised way back then when trucks weren't worth a hell of a lot. It was appraised like at 15 grand. And then had it for a long time, and I just showed it for quite a while, going to car shows and that, and he was a daily driver. And then everybody started painting seafoam green, so I took it apart and started going Porsche Indian red. And why I was going red, I don't know, because I fucking hate red. Sorry, but I do. So anyway, and then I don't hate red. It's just not red. It's not for me. So and then I took it apart, and that's where it's been sitting ever since. I'm trying to think. I've lived here in Chilliwack for 15 years almost. 15. Oh God, it's got to be apart for more like 25, maybe 28 years. And you know, that's a cab that's absolutely rust-free. Rockers, cab corners, floors, all of it are original and untouched and perfect. So anyway, that is all I got to show you here today at the shop. It's always a good time at Old Time, and I can't wait to see you on Sunday Fun Day. See you then.